Well, so my question is, where two things. Where do you go from here, knowing all that you know and having this history and this incredible experience as a Green Beret, as an American spy? Where do you take it from here? And then what does the man who's listening do with this information? And how does not only he live his life, but how does he ensure that we're continuing this way of life for our posterity, our children, our grandchildren, et cetera, et cetera?
Absolutely. And so I think probably the most important thing that when you read the book, you sit down and you read Into the Darkness, A Journey of Love, War, and Emotional Freedom, book I wrote. I want you and everyone on this podcast that's listening to this is to own your shit. Own your shit, right? Whatever that may be. My journey, I went for years just pushing all that stuff down until it became too much. And when I actually externalized all those thoughts I was having, things started getting better for me. And whatever you're going through trouble, I want you to just sit back and ask yourself why. Why yourself to death? As a spy, your most important interrogative that you have to ask questions to your asset is why. And I sat there, and after I got back from Iraq, and I sat in that cold English basement apartment by myself during the early days of COVID, like everybody else was. And I said, you know what? Now it's time to really unpack our shit, Dave. And I sat there and I why'd myself to death. Why did I feel this way? Why did I allow other people to treat me that way? Early on in the conversation, we talked about emotional dissonance, right? How did I go from an Eagle Scout, a Norwich grad, so Norwich University is a military college in Vermont that prides itself on its attrition, not so much as its acceptance rate, and to a Green Beret to a spy, right? How did I go from doing all these successful things in my life to being this broken individual who hated himself? The ugly internal dialogue, Ryan, that was going on inside me. I hated myself. How did I allow other people to how did I allow other people to treat me that way? And there's no aha moment, gents, there's no aha moment when you're trying to better yourself and be a better man. On my healing journey, and healing never ends. You got to if you're a growth mindset person, you have to put in the work. You got to put in the work, and you got to put in the work every day. But what you can do to develop the self-awareness that I have is you ask yourself why. You ask yourself why am I angry today? What is it about? What is it about? Instead of just going about and letting your emotions run unchecked and influence your decision making, let's bring it back.